what we did in 8.3. What our focus is on the angles of elevation and angles of depression. So this would be an angle of depression, right? So you would start horizontally, and then that angle would go down. If you had an angle of elevation, you would start horizontally, and then the angle would be going up. Now, one thing you can notice about angle 1 and angle 2 is that their measures would be equal, and that's because they form a special pair of angles. Do you guys know what that is? Alternate interior angles. So the measure of angle 1 is going to equal measure of angle 2 because they are alternate interior angles. Okay, so for our first example, we're going to find the distance using the angle of elevation. So you have a Space Needle in Seattle that casts a 67-meter shadow. Okay, notice where the 67 meters is on your picture. If the angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow to the top of the Space Needle is 70 degrees, how tall is the Space Needle? Okay, so how tall means it's going to be a height. If you're trying to find a height, it's going to have a 90-degree angle. Now this one's nice because they set it up for you. So you can see that your variable here is going to be the height. But sometimes you're going to have to draw your own pictures. And if you draw your own picture, it's always nice to start with a right triangle. Okay, so once you start with that right triangle, you will be good to go. All right, so if you're going to solve this triangle, I want you to try to set that up using your sofa pillow. Okay, so if you're using your 70 degrees, this is going to be your opposite. This is your adjacent, so then that means we're going to be using the tangent. So the tangent of 70 degrees is going to equal y over 67. And then we can multiply both sides by 67 to get y by itself. Okay, and then this says to round to the nearest meter. Okay, so this is 184.1, so it's going to be about 184 meters. Okay, so if there is a unit, make sure you put your unit on there. All right, and then I'm going to give you a few seconds to read through that, and then see if you can set that up. Okay, so you have an ice climber that stands at the edge of a crevice that is 115 feet wide. Okay, again, this is nice because this is labeled on your picture for you. The angle of depression from the edge where she stands to the bottom of the opposite side is 52 degrees. What we have to do is figure out how deep is the crevice at this point, and then we're going to round to the nearest foot. Okay, so how deep it is, again, is going to be the height, and so that's what we're going to solve for. Now, you can use alternate interior angles. You can see these two are parallel, so if this is 52 degrees, this is also going to be 52 degrees. So what I have is the side directly across from it, so this is the opposite side, and then this is the adjacent side. Okay, so you know the measure of angle B equals 52 degrees by the alternate interior angles theorem. And then we can set up now the tangent, because it's the TOA, of 52 degrees is equal to y over 115. Okay, so then we multiply both sides by 115. Okay, so then I'm going to do 115 times the tangent of 52. And then that's going to round to about 147. And in this case, it is going to be feet. Okay, so your homework for tonight, you're going to do the 8.4 worksheet, just numbers 1 through 9. I believe on your worksheet you already have 10 crossed out. And then from the textbook, you're going to do 1 through 8 and then 10 through 14. And you can just put that on the back of worksheet. Okay, so again, there are people still taking your quiz, so I need you to be silent. I don't know what the page is off top. So you can work on your worksheet right now. Okay, so because people are taking your quizzes, I don't want you on your phone, so you can do your worksheet. Guys, I need you silent. I have people working on their quizzes. Okay, so it's your worksheet that you should be working on right now.